Hi YouTube, how's it going? So look, I'm actually doing a video kind of relatively on time, sort of, better than my last dry streak, but I've got so many, okay, relatively speaking from before, not compared to like super popular people on YouTube, I have lots of comments, because I get emails with notifications, because, you know, that's the only way I'll actually see them, so I'm getting all these comments. I've got a couple of messages, and you guys have thrown some ideas at me, which I'm totally open to talking about. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a little bit out of it right now. I'm on this new medication, so I'm actually almost fall off the couch. Slightly out of it, but I will do my best to be coherent in this one. Alright, so a couple of things I got was, one person asked me about my school life, and now that I realize it, I haven't talked about school ever since I graduated high school, because I started this channel when I was in high school, and then there was one other one. I'll go back. I'm gonna go reply to any recent comments and messages from you guys, because, you know, I feel like I really should, because I really owe you that. But yes, I'm gonna talk about school next time, if I remember. I'm gonna write a sticky note for myself, don't worry. Today I'm actually going to be talking about something that has been coming up a lot with my coworkers and people I know at school, and it's kind of bothering me, so, but some of you might disagree with me, but we'll see. It's not a huge controversial issue that I'm talking about today. It's Game of Thrones, which is super popular. Everybody, it's like, I've met like one person, no, two people at work who are like, no, I don't want to watch it, kind of thing. And I'm one of those people, I don't like it at all. I watched the first episode, and, well, not even the whole first episode, but people who know me, they're like, oh, you're gonna love it, because the setting is really cool, like, they do a really good job of, like, of the sets and costumes, and I'm a theater person, so I appreciate that kind of thing. Oh, and there's dragons in it, and I love dragons, so I was like, yeah, it sounds awesome, I want to watch it. But the first episode turned me off right away. It wasn't the blood and gore. I mean, I usually watch the shows where there's the implication of goriness, like when the guy gets his head chopped off, he gets executed, and it actually shows like a head getting chopped off and blood splurting and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is definitely very graphic, but that didn't bother me as much. Even when there's one guy got his guts spilled at the wedding or whatever it was, and oh yeah, and the whatever that pretty lady in the blue dresses, I don't know, all that stuff going on with her. That's what I'm getting to. So put scary monsters, I can deal with that. I'll just have nightmares for a couple days. Blood and gore, I can accept that too, that's fine. I kind of liked the, I don't know the character's names, don't get mad at me, but he said, there's the lesson that the guy gave to his son, saying, the one who gives the sentence must carry out the execution, or whatever it was, and I thought that was really cool. I really like that. So that part of Game of Thrones I understand. If there's any kind of like lessons or ideas that make people think, then sure. But the entire show seems to, I mean, as far as I've seen and as far as I've heard, relies on people dying violently. Oh, that's my train of thought. I'm so dizzy right now. I think that's pretty much my point. There's a lot of violence and stuff. And then my coworker kind of updated me on the scene, because I stopped... Fuck, I'm falling off the couch. The scene that I drew the line at was when that lady marrying that guy, when it got to their scene... because there's no other definition for it. Some guy at work tried joking about it, saying, no, it was her duty as a wife and bullshit like that. It's rape. No other way to explain it. But then a different coworker explained to me that in the books, they had a better relationship where that didn't actually happen, and they actually did develop a relationship, which made me feel better. But then at the same time, it sucks, because in TV shows, often... TV shows, movies, any kind of adaptation from books, they can't keep every detail. And that's the thing they decided to take out. I'm sure there's plenty of other things, but I think that's one thing that in a show that's already completely violent and awful, that pushed me over the line, and I had to turn it off. I didn't watch it anymore. Call me sensitive, but I wish my boyfriend kind of felt bad because he forgot to warn me about that, because he was the one that he wanted me to watch it because he watches it. But all I've heard from fans, like, I asked them, what is it so that you like so much about the show? And most of them, it's like, oh, I read the books, so I want to see what they do with it from the books. I'm like, okay, that's fine, because I have the same curiosity for that kind of thing. But a lot of the time, it's like, the story. Like, well, what about the story? Tell me, because all these people are telling me, you gotta watch it because it's amazing. I'm like, well, I told you already, I'm disturbed by this shit. And then I heard another point that there's a very disturbing scene with a corpse and more rape, and I don't want to see that either. So, are any of you Game of Thrones fans? Because I'd like someone to explain this to me. Because nobody's really given me a good explanation of this. God, why am I... Sorry, I'm dizzy. Because nobody's given me an explanation of why they like the story so much, all I'm getting from this is that it's a lot of guys that like, because most of them are guys that I've been talking to, maybe one girl, is violence, rape, more violence, gore, more violence. Oh, and that short guy, the really, he was also in X-Men. That guy, he's funny. I liked him. He's an interesting character. But aside from that, oh, and King Joffrey, is it? I don't know, that little asshole prince that obviously became a king, obviously, King Joffrey. Joffrey, right? I don't know. I don't know the characters. It's the only name that I've been hearing constantly. And I guess he died at some point. Spoiler alert. Whoops, I don't know. I don't know. But can anybody please explain to me what is so great about this show? Because so far, all I'm seeing is a bunch of morons that are just liking a lot of violence. And there's the problem, too. I don't appreciate at all. I mean, some people are into this, but I don't like how there's such a huge fan base for a violent, gory, horrible story. I know it takes place in a different time and in a different world, but I still think for everybody to love it so much that it's a little bit disturbing thinking how many people love it so much. Because if there's, I mean, not that I'm saying people are liking that scene that I couldn't watch, but even it's just like, oh, it was just in there, I didn't really care for it either. Well, it's like, but still, please say something. Don't just gloss over it, because that's an issue right now in this society. And I don't want to get into it, but that terrifies females all the time. It's not something to just gloss over. It's not cool. Alright, I'm keeping this short because I'm out of it a little bit. I've almost fallen off the couch like 5 times. I probably didn't record 2 or 3 of them, but I've perched on the couch because the cat's here. Kitty cat! So, Jesus. Like just now. It's amazing I haven't dropped the iPad yet. But yeah, so please let me know if there's any Game of Thrones fans that follow me. Please share your thoughts on this. I'm open-minded enough to, like, if somebody can actually tell me what's so amazing about this show in, like, detail. I don't care if it's a spoiler. Give me good detail on give me a good reason to watch this show. Because you gotta balance out all this horrible stuff in it. Let me know. Please. Because I'm losing faith in humanity here.